Ooh, good morning. It is a, I don't, yeah, I'm gonna say it's unseasonably wet June for us. We typically get some rain, but we've gotten 6 inches in probably in the last 3-4 days. Of course, it's raining now. The lake is completely full. It's over full, probably about 2 foot high actually. I got a, well, you can't see it. Where is it? It's down there somewhere. Anyway, I got a fire hydrant down there, and the water's completely, it's up on it about halfway up it. It's usually right at the base of it, a little bit below it. But nevertheless, we're at the lake, and that's where I like to be. If I can't pump concrete, I like to be at the lake. It's just a happy place to be. But now what we're gonna do today on Muddyfeet TV, thank y'all for joining. We're gonna cook a pork butt, and we're gonna use, I'm not turning my man card in, but you know, and y'all know I've got the little man syndrome on the great big smoker back here, so I should be fine. But I have really learned through lots of trial and error on using these master built smokers. I think they're phenomenal smokers. Of course, you don't have to maintain the wood fire and all that, because either it's electric or it's propane. I started off with the electric one, and I've moved to the propane one. I just wasn't getting the flavors and getting a lot of the stuff that I wanted, like you get from a wood burning smoker, from the electric. I changed to the propane one, more out of convenience of having propane, not having to depend on electricity. But I have found with propane and using bigger chunks of wood instead of chips or pellets, I'm able to achieve a lot of that bark, a lot of that smoke ring, and a lot of that flavor that I was missing with the electric one. Electric one does great, I think, on chicken and pork products and things like that. I just didn't, my briskets, I just didn't get what I wanted. Out of the master built, the propane one, and it's the XL, and I strongly suggest, if you are looking at getting one, getting the XL. I'm not even sure, I hadn't bought one in 3 or 4 years. I'm not even sure what's out there now, if they still make this XL, or if they've made them any better or done anything different. I haven't looked, but you can put whole racks of ribs on the XL. The smaller 30 inch or smaller, I can't remember. Anyway, you had to cut the ribs and racks in half. But on this one, I'm able to put 4 racks of ribs, whole briskets, and all that, or do multiple pork butts, things like that, or whole chickens. But it's been modified, and once it quits raining, I might show you some of my modifications I've done to it. Up through the chip tray and the water tray and all that crap, I slung it out. I mean, that's scrap metal. And then what I put on the bottom of it was some bricks around the burner, and then put a cast iron skillet on top of those bricks, and then you're able to put those chunks of wood inside of that cast iron skillet. And like I said, it's a great flavor. It's more realistic of a stick burner than it was from the electric smoker that used the chips and the pellets. So anyway, and you can also get higher temperatures with this thing. It's not digital like the electric one was, where you can actually just set 225, 250, 275, or whatever. I mean, it's got a dial, and you do have to kind of mess with the dial and your temperatures to dial in what you're wanting to cook at. And when I cook these pork butts, I like to do about a 9-hour smoke with them, and I try to achieve that 275. And it's if I'm bouncing a little bit higher, I'm okay. I don't like to go much lower than that. A pork butt will be fine, 275, a little bit higher, because when you're shredding pork, it doesn't matter. And I like to put it in a pan, that way it stays in a lot of its own juices, so you don't dry the whole thing out. So I don't get that concerned if I do go over 275. I don't like to be over 300, but if I'm in the ballpark between those two temperatures, I'm pretty happy with that. So what we're gonna do is go in here, we're gonna get this thing prepped up. I got the smoker lit, and we are going to, let me double check. Now I got smoke. Okay. Couldn't really see it, and it's, you know, with this humidity and this rain and stuff, it's keeping things a little bit cool. But we're gonna go in. We're gonna prep this pork butt. I gotta be a little bit quieter. My daughter and her friend are sleeping here in this room, but we're gonna get it prepped up and get it ready to put it on the smoker. And I'll just kind of show you what I do. What I use on it, and this is a modified jug, but what's inside of that? That's shrimp bowl. That's just Slap Your Mama, the Cajun shrimp bowl. It's not Creole seasoning. It's actually the shrimp bowl. You can really get the clove flavor out of that. And then I'll top it off with some sea salt also. And then once that's done, then we'll pour some balsamic vinaigrette around it and on top of it, give it a good little soaking, and then now what I'll do is I'm gonna score this into a pattern, and what I'm trying to do, there's probably about a 1/2 inch fat cap on here, so I want to score this, and it'll be probably about 3/4 or 1 inch lines across, but I'm trying to break through that fat cap. That way what that'll do is that'll help render that fat around it, plus you'll get more penetration in your seasoning, you know, down in your pork butt. So we're gonna try to get that good. And also you separate a little bit too as you cut. That way you can really get that in there. Some squares going on. Now we can get that seasoning down in there good. You can use any, I don't have a preference on balsamic vinegars, the vinaigrettes, but I just get usually what's on sale or typically the cheapest. I'm sure there could be a little bit of difference, but not a whole lot for me. But put some more of the red stuff on here. And what's left, I just put around the base of it and let it add in juice, and I'll show you what to do with that later, I promise. Because we're not going to let any of this go to waste. raising that up to get that. Make sure I get some of that under there. Yeah, that's working good. Okay. And I'd like to put just a little more of this season. And when those things, when they cook for 9 hours, they shrink up little. I mean, they're little deals. And golly, once you get it mixed up, you grab one of them and grab a little of that extra meat, put it together. It's pretty good. All right, let's walk this out to the cooker. And we got a little bit of rain. Alright, I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit. Now that we're good and preheated, we'll go up here and grab a few more wood chips. Holy. Wow. It's done this for the last 4 days, I guess. We've had these showers, these storms develop in the middle of the night. And then you know, right, usually they move out before this one has. This one may be here for a little bit, but I think it's the last one this week though. So, okay. Harsh a minute. That's what I'm talking about, these chunks. I mean, these bigger pieces. I'm gonna put some of these smaller ones in there. Now these aren't chips, these are still considered chunks too, but they're a little bit smaller. This will get me a smoke going a lot faster than these will maintain my smoke. All right, we're gonna let that go for an hour or so and we'll come back check on it. So anyway, guess I'll go inside and watch the weather. What a crazy deal. Grass is gonna be green. This is all said and done. Have to be mowing a bunch. Oh, I think we're a little bit more than halfway through our cook. Temperature's looking good. That dude's looking excellent. Here's my setup real quick so I don't lose much heat. But there's my bricks, my skillet, and then I got my chunks in there. They're about burnt down. And I probably won't add any more, I don't believe. But I'll keep some drip pans in there, but that's it. I think it's doing all right. So while this clearing off, we're gonna go probably put the girls are wanting to go jet skiing or wanting to go inner tubing, so I'm probably gonna get the jet ski out and take the girls inner tubing. So water might be cool today. I don't know. We're gonna find out though. I'm gonna do some yard work tomorrow. I don't think we're gonna get more rain for a few days, so I'm fixing to do some yard work. I gotta trim these little limbs off these trees, kind of clean things up. We got the 4th coming in a couple of weeks, so gotta get things tidied up, get to clean up around here and get ready for the 4th. It's a big weekend for us here. So anyway, we'll hodge you a little bit. We'll get ready to take that thing off and start fixing all the stuff that goes along with it. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Will you bite me? Yes. Will you bite? Pick him up. No, don't please.
No, it's just a wolf spot.
Will you bite?
No.
Will you pick him up?
Will I pick him up?
Yeah. Would you? Don't leave him alone.
Well, you're asking me. I'll pick him up.
He bites me.
He's gonna bite you. I want him to stop.
He's not gonna bite. He can't bite.
Put him in my glove.
gonna feel throwing.
You're right. If it starts moving,
Something bit you, mate.
huh?
Something bit you.
Yes.
They were
Push
eating
them
me
up.
last night. They don't believe me that they're eating me.
Go.
Where at? Were you outside?
Yeah, we were right.
I think he's sick.
Why?
They're eating me.
They're usually real fast.
I was like, sorry, they don't like yours.
Oh my God, it's right there by you. Okay, we go. Come here. What's wrong with him?
He's probably got into poison or something.
What happened? Did he bite you? Are you okay? Are you okay?
He got my toe.
You're fine.
Are you wearing this or am I wearing it?
You're wearing it. I'm back to you. Say hi.
Macy's got a blister, so we're having a baby your hand.
Look at my sunburn.
Oh, that's nice. Now your mother's gonna see this, and it'll be on my.
Really?
It was up halfway up on that big cap right there.
No, it's working.
Well, this won't fall off.
Yeah.
Is it upside down?
No.
Why is the time and stuff upside down? The camera's not.
Hit the top button. Make it beat
It's good now.
straight.
Yippee!
Yeah, it was about 3 inches below the top of this. Motorways come by and it was pushed. I had debris up where y'all was sitting. There was a debris line. turn some lights on here. We're pulling everything off. Got a little rice going over here. Here's that butt. The butt. Get over here on this. As you can see, those squares, how they rendered down good. Got a pile of juice in here. What we'll do, separate that, and we'll use it as an au jus with the taco. So got a little cilantro, lime, onion mix going on right there. And this is some cabbage. And we'll put a little bit of vinegar in there and some salt, mix it up, and we'll build a taco for you. So let me get this shredded up and get this separated and taken care of, and then we'll build a taco and go from there. So talk to you in a minute. All right, with my assistant holding the camera, we're gonna build a couple tacos. It is Taco Tuesday. Did y'all know that? It's Tuesday. So we put a little pulled pork here. These are the little chunks I was telling y'all about. Gotta make sure you got some of them. That's got some of that seasoning on it. Okay. A little more meat here. Now, we got the cabbage with the vinegar and salt. And then we'll go with a little bit of onion, cilantro, lime mix. And we usually have feta cheese, but I forgot the feta cheese. So that would be the next thing. And then the juice off the roast, the au jus. Pour that along there. And you're ready to rock. It's Taco Tuesday right there. So, anyway, thank y'all for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.